TheTexasDeacon here. Thank you for joining me. I've entitled this session, Waco, My Informant. And the one I entitled My Awakening, where I talked about how I came up on Mount Carmel almost by accident. And I talked about me talking with Amo Bishop, who had set up a camp at the entrance to the church, because she was there, and she said the reason she was living in a lean-to, an actual lean-to, sleeping there at night. And she said that she was staying there so the government could not call the property abandoned and seize it. Well, I thought that was one of the dumbest things I've ever heard, because at that time I'd owned a piece of property about 12 years and hadn't seen it in 12 years. I guess you could call it abandoned also. I inherited it. Now, I already realized the government could not be trusted, okay? I mean, if you don't understand that up front, you have a real problem. I in no way at this time thought our government could go so far as raiding a peaceful religious community with helicopter gunships, automatic weapons, and all kind of troops, and just start firing indiscriminately into a building that they knew contained women and children. I found this just totally unimaginable. Anyway, a couple of months after Mount Carmel, I guess you would call it a community project, I got thrown together with this man. I knew who he was. He knew who I was, but we weren't, friendly. Well, we worked together for a couple of hours and got to know each other, and I said to him, "Tell me about Mount Carmel," because I knew he would know something. Well, he said, and I'll quote, "A lot of things were wrong at Mount Carmel." I said, "Don't tell me what was wrong, tell me what was illegal." He said, "That gets a whole lot harder to do." He and I talked for the next hour or two as we worked on this little community project. And he told me about, that's the first time I heard it was just done for the cameras. There's cameras everywhere. He told me all about that. And he told me about the ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, how there's no whiskey stills anymore. In my entire life I've seen one. Heard of others, but I've only seen one. Never seen an illegal field of tobacco. Probably only in the tobacco states would you even have a problem with tobacco being grown out without the control of the government. Anyway, that just leaves firearms. And my informant told me that there's nothing the ATF does that the FBI can't do and do better, simply because there's more of them, there are more FBI headquarters around, and by simple numbers and the communication systems they have. And for some reason, government agencies do not communicate with each other. For some reason, I never understood that. FBI can do a better job. And there was some talk of blending the ATF into the FBI, streamlining, save money too. But that meant a whole lot of people would lose their cushiony job, running around the country with a government credit card, spending taxpayers' money. And another thing that my informant told me, this is what really made me believe everything he was saying, although I believed him anyway. He said that anytime a big operation comes down like that every police force around there wants to be a part of it. Even if you're a little town a few miles away and you only have one police car, you might want that car parked out at an intersection a couple of miles away with the lights flashing. Good PR. No one in that area would help the ATF. Didn't want any part of it. They knew those people. They knew them to be just harmless, good people. Now, they may have fought amongst themselves. They did. And I don't mean at ATF. I don't mean at Mount Carmel. but different groups had broken off. But to the community, hey, they were described as good neighbors. David Koresh had a firing range out there, and anybody could come out and shoot at his range that wanted to. A lot of people did. The Department of Public Safety, Texas Department of Public Safety, had no choice. They were ordered. Now, they refused to do anything but perimeter defense, or just they were on the perimeter. If you see these, some of these videos like Waco, A New Revelation, or Waco Rules of Engagement, I think it is, you will see on some shots the DPS officers, they got their regular uniform on. They're not wearing this military garb with all this bulletproof stuff. So they would not be a part of it any more than they were forced to. Why did the raid take place? What was the mindset? What goes through a police officer's mind, or anybody's mind, that would shoot into a house full of women, old women, children, young women, just people? Most of the young men were gone. A lot of them were gone to a gun show. And like I say, it was not to arrest David Koresh. I'm not sure they knew he was even going to be there that weekend. He may have gone to the gun show, which I understand. They sold guns at a gun show too, and that's how they made money. And so I do not even think they were sure that he was even going to be there. What little I'm doing here is just a drop in the bucket. What I'm trying to do is to not let people forget what happened in 1993 at Mount Carmel in Waco. It's going to happen again. We've got to be prepared, people. We've got to let organizations like the ATF and the FBI know that there's just not me out there, that there's 1 million of me out there, or 10 million. And we will defend ourselves when we are illegally attacked. And if you haven't made your mind up in that area, then you just might as well bend over and let the government have it then all the way. This is our government. It doesn't belong to the bureaucrats. It doesn't belong to politicians. It belongs to the people. Okay? I will see you at the country Suites and Inns, it is, on April the 19th between 10 and 2 o'clock. May God bless America. May God bless the Republic of Texas. And may God bless you and yours.